You've probably heard of a businessman who ran an ultra-marathon in his passage to raise money for his restaurant staff. Well, he's at it again. Henry Koch is embarking on a major marathon to raise funds for the South African Depression and Anxiety Group. Koch will be running 2,800 kilometers over 100 days as he hopes to raise 4 million rand. This could also set a new world record. And he joins me now. Henry, thank you very much for your time. So previously you ran in a passage for your waiting staff during lockdown to raise awareness about the kind of plight of waiting staff in the restaurant industry not being able to survive without tips. Now you're running to raise awareness for mental health. But what personal experiences led you to shift your focus to mental health?
Lee, thanks so much for having me. First of all, I'm sorry about yesterday. It was, last year was a tough year for everybody, I believe. My businesses were obviously affected by COVID and the lockdowns, and my staff were really badly affected, as we saw with that run. I went through a bad time with a family member and a long-term relationship that ended, and I just started seeing a psychologist through all of it, and through those sessions with my psychologist, I started learning about mental health and mental health awareness, and actually about how under-resourced and underfunded it is worldwide, not just in South Africa. So I'm just trying to raise some awareness and raise some funds because I really believe it's something that affects a lot of people.
Despite the fact that we've seen an increased awareness around mental health during the pandemic, there's still a huge stigma around people who struggle with mental health. Have you experienced that yourself?
Yeah, there's a massive stigma. And unfortunately, it's also quite an expensive thing to work with. The stigma is that people just seem to think that your mind is something that must just fix itself. Like when people come to look at their bodies and trying to get in shape, they'll use supplements, they'll use training tools, but people just think their mind needs to take care of itself, and it's actually not true at all. You need help, you need to talk to people, you need to get it out there. You need to let people know that you're suffering. Something globally 1 in 5 people suffer from a mental illness of some sort. And it's just not really talked about.
I love your campaign name, Mentally Outwear and Mental Awareness. It's so South African. What's your fundraising goal, and how are you asking South Africans to get involved in that mental awareness?
So my fundraising goal is to obviously raise about 6 million rand. My goal was I just wanted 10,000 people to donate 10 cents for each kilometer I ran this year, which actually works out to be about, it's 2 cups of coffee a month. They can support me on backabuddy.co.za. And my goal was literally just to get this money out to SADAG. They do such amazing work in the mental health awareness space, and they just really don't get the credit that they deserve.
So 133 subsequent half marathons totaling over 2,800 kilometers. You're by no means a professional athlete. How confident are you that you're going to be able to accomplish this? And what are you doing to work towards it and train?
Well, I'm getting more confident as time goes on. I'm putting kilometers down on my legs every week. Every week I'm going up. I actually only started running last year, October. I ran with the MAD Foundation from Joburg to Cape Town to raise funds for them. And it was kind of like on a dare that we decided to put this world record in, and it was accepted. So from January 1st, I sort of put down everything. I put down alcohol, I quit that, and I've just started running. And I'm putting about 100 Ks a week on my legs. I've got to get up to about 150 a week. That's about 21 every day. And
tell us about the world record part of this attempt.
So the current world record, I think unofficial, is also actually held by a South African, a phenomenal woman called Trish Eckstein. She ran 101 last year. While we were running down to Cape Town, we actually followed her while she completed this record. The world record for men at the moment is about 75, and for women and overall is about 101. So I'm going to be hopefully breaking that by the time I get to Cape Town, but I just wanted to continue obviously up the west coast and do the entire coastline.
So, and is BackaBuddy the only place where we can follow your progress and donate?
No, you can follow me on Facebook, on Instagram, Henry Koch. You can follow me on Strava, which is the running app. BackaBuddy is the only donation platform for now. There will be 1 or 2 other ones, and we are busy setting up a website, mentallyaware.com, and that's where you can follow the entire run. But for now, if you just follow us on Instagram, everything's in my bio there. And I'm hopefully going to have an awesome time seeing South Africa over the next 4 months.